Okay, so this section is going to be on histology. So this is the study of tissue with a microscope. We have different types of tissues. We'll go through some of them, and then we'll go through different ways cells communicate, different ways tissues grow, develop, repair, etc. So tissues, again, are groups of similar cells working together. We have 4 primary tissue classes. We'll go through epithelial and connective. Muscular and nervous we'll go through later on. And then organs, at least 2 different tissue types, usually all of them. So in order to distinguish between different tissues, we look at a few different things. So main things, look at the different types of cells present. Look at the characteristics of the matrix. So the matrix is anything outside of the cell. So outside of the cell we have fibers and we have ground substance. You guys may have heard of ground substance. It's called extracellular fluid. The matrix is everything that's not the cell. And then when we're looking at them, we can see the amount of space occupied by the cells versus the matrix. So for example, in connective tissue, the cells are very widely spread apart, versus in epithelial cell, the cells are very close together. First, we'll look at embryonic tissue. So this is the development of a fetus, of a baby. So all of us started out initially with 3 primary layers. There's the ectoderm. So ecto means outside. This eventually turns into your epidermis, which is your skin, and your nervous system. The endoderm, endo means inside, eventually turns into the lining of your GI tract and your respiratory system. Meso means middle, so this forms everything else in the middle, mostly connective tissue. Here we have a little picture looking at how we develop. So we first start as a zygote, then to blastula, then to gastrula, which separates into these 3 layers. And this shows you exactly what each layer is turning into. When we look at tissue, you'll see pictures of microscope slides of the cells. Just keep this in mind that things can be cut in many different directions. So here, this is an elbow macaroni in column A. If we cut it at the very top, it looks like 2 circles. Cut it in the middle, it looks like 2 connective circles. If we cut it at the bottom, it looks like an oval. So these are all the same thing, but depending on the way that you cut it, depending on the perspective, it may look a little bit different. So just kind of keep that in mind. These are different types of sections. These, if you guys end up taking like radiology classes, you'll learn a lot more detail about this. But basically things can be cut longitudinally, which is lengthwise, cross, which is perpendicular, or oblique. And just a reminder, anything in red you don't need to know for the exam, so this is just kind of FYI. So we'll go through epithelial tissue first. Epithelial tissue is at least 1 layer of closely adhering cells. So the cells are very, very close together. They form flat sheets with an apical surface and a basal surface. The apical surface is the surface exposed to the outside environment, so that's this top part here. And the basal surface is the part that is at the base, at the surface, so this side of the cell. Each of these little cubes is a cell, little purple circle in the inside is the nucleus. So they all orient in the same way, and they're very, very close together. There's no room for blood vessels, so we call this avascular. Anytime you see A before something, that means without. Vascular means vessels, so without blood vessels. The basement membrane here serves a very important role to hold the epithelial cells to the connective tissue below them. Basement membrane has 2 layers to it. There's the basal lamina, which the cells secrete, the top layer. This contains collagen fibers that give flexibility and strength. The bottom layer is the reticular lamina, and this gets secreted by the connective tissue on the bottom, and this also has collagen fibers for flexibility and strength, and then reticular fibers for more skeleton-like structure. Because epithelia or epithelial tissue is avascular, what process allows them to get rid of waste and receive nutrients? So this is called diffusion. So the blood vessels are within the connective tissue below the epithelium, and from there nutrients can exit the blood vessels and they diffuse up to the epithelial cells. Epithelial cells send their waste down into the blood vessels and send it back into the body. Which surface of the epithelia is free? So it's that apical surface. Here are a bunch of different types of epithelial tissues. We will go through each of these. So they are named in two ways. So the number of layers of cells will determine if it's called simple or stratified. So simple means one layer of cells. Stratified is more than one layer. Then they also get named based on the shape of the apical cells. So these cells are a little columnar shaped. They look like columns. So we'd call this simple columnar epithelium. Versus these cells are more cube shaped and there are lots of rows. So we call this stratified cuboidal. Here we can see the distribution where you find epithelium. Each tissue type that we go through, you should know the name, one location, and one function. So simple squamous, we know is simple because there's just one layer of cells here. And it's squamous because they're squished. This allows rapid diffusion to happen, so things can pass through this really quickly. Here you find this in the lungs, kidney, the endothelium, and the serosa. Simple cuboidal, one layer of cube-shaped cells. Here, function, absorption and secretion, and production of mucus. And you can see the different locations here. We'll just say liver. Simple columnar, so we have one row of column-shaped cells. These have little goblet cells within them that are really important in the secretion of mucus, which is really important in your GI tract to help protect your body from the really acidic environment in your stomach. Pseudostratified, meaning there is an appearance of multiple rows of cells, but it's not real. Not all cells are reaching the free surface. So we call this pseudostratified. It's like fake stratified. So here, secretes and propels mucus found in the respiratory system. So in your trachea, which is the tube that you're breathing through right now. Stratified, there are a bunch of different types of stratified epithelium. So the first one is keratinized stratified squamous. So here, keratinized, we have this whole layer here of dead cells. These are living, and then this is the connective tissue below it. So lots of different layers, and they are squished. So this is really useful on the outside of your skin to protect you, so it prevents organisms from coming in, and you'll find this on the outside of your skin. Non-keratinized, so there's a lack of dead skin cells here. but this is stratified squamous. There's lots of layers of squished cells. These are useful to form a membrane, a passage to prevent bacteria from coming in, but you find these lining the inside of the body. So, for example, on the tongue. Stratified cuboidal, multiple layers of cube-shaped cells. These you find in the sweat glands, and these can do secretion of many different things. Transitional epithelium is kind of somewhere in the middle. The shape of these is a little bit weird, but this allows for stretching. So this can be found like in your bladder, which needs to be able to stretch in order to fill all the urine within it. Okay, so there are some groupthink questions here. So name this type of epithelium. Square cells attached to the basement membrane with tall, skinny cells on its apical surface. So this first one is stratified columnar, multiple rows, and remember we name them based on the apical surface shape. And then the second one, an epithelium that has a variety of cell shapes, all touch the basement membrane, and many are tall and ciliated. So this is pseudostratified columnar. An epithelium that has a single layer of cells that have roundish nuclei and are about as wide as they are tall, simple cuboidal. And an epithelium that enhances diffusion by its thinness, this is simple squamous. Okay, on the next video I'll go through connective tissues.